What you gonna do when you get out of class? I'm gonna have some fun with my homework. Back with Mr. B, let's look at W1.8 fractions. Hopefully you saw the W1.2. That'll give you a little bit of advice and make this perhaps a little more complete in your head in case this seems too brief, too fast. Also, you definitely should watch that EE button interlude. That's a fantastic one to get you right on your calculator. So, notice up in the directions. It is strongly suggested that you do each of these on your own. Go back to W1.2 if you need assistance. You can go back to that video if you need to, even if you already did the homework. All right, ITRs, use your brain first. Not a calculator, use your brain first. So, we know how to deal with the powers. We did that on W12. If you look down at the rules for multiplying, dividing, raising to a power, adding, etc. However, there's our EE interlude. That was fantastic. However, let's come back over here. Now we're dealing with fractions. Fractions are a basic part of both life and this course. You got to be good at them. So if you see something like this format or this format or this form, just make sure you're checking them out. Because multiply across is not the same as cross multiply. Where the equals is located makes a difference. There's also addition with the common denominator. So here we're doing the same business as we did back on W12, but you got to be a little more cognizant of the fraction and how it plays out. So this one here, we have a multiply, multiply. If you want, put it over 1, make you feel better. Top times top over bottom times bottom. That's what we call multiply across. That's right here. Anyway, you're multiplying 10 to the 13th times 10 to the minus 19th. So we can do a little is this reasonable check with these two. And you should. You see this craziness over here on number 11? That is actually a problem we will do. It has to do with the gravitational attraction between the Earth and the Sun. So that is actually a problem we'll do. So you want to know, is my answer reasonable? Because if I shook you at 2 o'clock in the morning and said, hey, what's the gravitational attraction between the Earth and the Sun? You would have no clue. Whether the answer is 10 to the 10, 10 to the 20, 10 to the 30, you have no context for that. This is why is this reasonable is so important. So 10 to the 13th times 10 to the minus 19th, you add the exponents. This should be something around 10 to the minus 6th. Then you actually go through the process. This one, you'll do the calculations, put them in the calculator, and you will get some coefficient times 10 to the minus 6. So on the rest of these, follow along, and please, in case your brain is in fraction failure, when there's an equals in the middle, those are your cross multiply situations. Put it over 1 if you're not sure what to do, and that may help you. If you remember, probably back in some class, they told you butterfly wings or hot dog or whatever they told you, but go through the process. And just because you see a 45, 15, and X doesn't mean it's the same answer in both cases. All right, when you get down to some of these here at the bottom, like sine, remember that you must put your calculator in degrees. Sometimes coming from math class, you have your calculator in radians. A good check for radians is if you get an answer like 0.99 or 0.82 or negative 0.73, whatever it is, doesn't look like a reasonable answer, probably then you are in radians, not degrees. So just check your mode, turn that to degrees. Some of these you will have to be good at your common denominator business. Occasionally in this course, you have to be able to put together something like question 15. So you have to know how to work with the common denominator. None of the common denominators is going to be so tough that you have to rack your brain in here. Anyway, other than the is this reasonables, which you should do first with each problem, the answers are down here in the key. Use them to check that your process is correct. That is the purpose. Okay, W1.8, have fun. See you on the next one.